Hey there, Gemmy. How are you? I want to do a detailed reading for you. I hope you guys are doing great. I think Mars has stationed or goes in direct, goes in retrograde, pardon me, okay, towards the end of this month, okay? I am trying to upload and have been since last night. I don't know what's going on with my system. An all signs solar eclipse reading for the solar eclipse today, which is huge. This solar eclipse is for new beginnings. These new beginnings are very, very serious because they're associated with the sign of Scorpio. So whenever there's new beginnings, when it's associated with the sign of Scorpio, what's required there is you get like themes of death or ending of something, you know, a deep 8th house issues, okay? So it's like, these aren't like, you know, little, oh geez, kind of beginnings. These are, you know, heavy hitting new beginnings that tend to, you know, have a lot of deep meaning or history in relation to them. And some of those may feel tied to your ancestry, your legacy, you know, really deep shit. And it's also attached to Venus, which is, you know, a beautiful addition, adding a lot of power for the Phoenix, okay, to rise from the ashes, depending on how it hits you. I did an all signs read. It's loading. It was like 70 or 80% the last time I saw it, and it failed last night. So I just started it up again this morning, and it's been going forever, which it shouldn't be. I'll have it bookmarked as soon, you know, within an hour or two of posting so that you guys can cross watch or watch for your sun, moon, rising easily. You know, the on the 8th, we are going to have a full, I'm sorry, yeah, on November 8th, just like a heavy day anyways. All right, if you're in the US, we have a full moon. All right, and that full moon is going to be, you know, pretty big, you know, and it's, I do not see, like, normally I would say, oh, this is like a 2-week phase. It's like, this is definitely tied, this eclipse is definitely tied into the full moon. Okay, so some of these new beginnings may have some culminations. Not saying you're going to be done with whatever thing you decided to start, or those new beginnings. I do not think that you will be. Just going to be honest. But what I do think is that you, all right, is that you may have a kind of like a first stage, which is, you know, intense or culmination because of some of the changes that you are going through, depending on how it hits your chart. I will look at it. You know, you guys have so much energy. You know, Mars in your sign for 8 months. That is a long time, considering that, you know, Mars's normal progression through the zodiac is just a very long time, which is great. It's not a, you know, normal place for, you know, Mars, you know, Gemini to love, but it, you know, it is a necessary thing, okay? And with communications and things like this, you know, things may just be more intense if you work in communications, or if you work in politics, if you work in law, okay, things can just be a lot more tense. If you, you know, if you work in the service, you know, at all, you know, there's things just, you know, whether it's coming towards you or whether you're putting that energy out there, there is a warrior feel to it, okay. Let's see. I feel that some of you guys, just to go over, I'm using extended Lenormands at the top. You guys got clock, tower, clover, twin flames, and the dog. That looks freaking amazing. You know, and I mean, you guys can go through anxiety, all right? You and Virgo, you're very mercurial. and nature, all right? And that is the messenger of the gods. And the messenger of the gods is in a grand trine today with Mars, all right, in your sign, as well as Saturn. Okay, so there is a positive vibe energy for communications, but you know, some of those communications again could have to do with Martian-like things, war, bravery, having to toe the line, having to toe the trenches, whatever it is. You know, grand trines are a place of ease, so you want to take advantage of it. But Ace of Rods, awesome. But it's rather heavy, okay? It's rather heavy. Now, there is something here about some independence and, you know, in the recent past here, okay? Some of you guys may have had to make a stand, and we've had a lot of new moons and full moons that had a lot of activity at the Aries Pisces line, as well as the Virgo Libra line, okay, which is like a direct split midway across our zodiac. Very, very important kind of spot. You know, and you know, they've had a lot of Jupiter involvement with them, which has made it even more so intense as well, you know, especially for those of you that like are involved in any kind of activism or public speaking or communications or commerce, that like it just adds a big flair. We've just had some heavy hitters over the past like month or two really involved with the lunar cycles quite actively, okay? I do show you in a little bit of anxiety here, okay, because I'm like in the past to now, and you may be worried about something, you know, you could be. There is like some sort of bond here. I don't know if you're in it now or you want one, that I'm picking up on, okay? That it has a potential for growth, okay? I get the feeling that if so, it's new love, okay? For some of you, it could have something to do with someone that has like a lot of Venus placements. They could be a mother, don't have to be. It could be a have Earth in their chart, as well as like a highlighted Venus in one way or another, either by transit or because of their interaction with your chart, okay? And I like, you know, I am, you know, showing that this is a, that this bond requires you to grow your like awareness in some way. So there may be something here where this person is not, doesn't, you know, is like different than you in some way or another. Like maybe they have a different religion, but you know, I mean, I'm not saying super strict, but maybe they just have different ideas, or maybe they, you know, have a lot of ideas in regards to, I don't know, things that you're not used to, or that like challenge you. But I mean, I see them kind of in a good way, but there might be something about this person that kind of blows your mind. Okay. What you got going on here, Jimmy? Jimmy? I'm going to wait till I pull everything and start pulling clarifies to look, okay? If somebody does come in that, like, I mean, I am showing that they're a very strong support system, or will be, okay? This person would be a strong friend as well as a faithful, like, companion. You're popping with dog here, all right? Anytime dogs appear, that's somebody very loyal, people that you can rely on, okay? There may have been a move here in the past. Where there was something that you let go of that you felt like guilty about letting go of for whatever reason. All right. Yeah, as I'm talking about that, here's the walk away card. Oof. Could have been something that like you thought, I could have been a relationship, a prior relationship, where you thought, oh, this is my person, but they weren't. So it could just be about like letting go of old relationship guilt. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And there is like definitely, you know, it could have been a live-in relationship and could have been a wish fulfillment, you know, at one time, but then it was until it wasn't. Until it wasn't. And there's a message here about you needing to let go of that guilt. Any guilt that you had associated with that, okay? Because they do show in the recent past, you know, in regards to something that you walked away from something here, okay? For whatever reason, it's popping up in the energy as on your mind now, all right? But I'm showing here that like you did that for your own greater stability, okay? Could have been with a water sign, does not have to be, or you may have some water in your chart, okay? There's something here about, you know, it could have literally been a divorce or something. Does not have to be, but for whatever reason, there was like a feeling of you needing to restabilize your life and move to calmer waters. I don't know if you guys used to fight or whatever. I'm not here to get into like a huge deep thing about the past, a big rabbit hole on that, you know. More concerned with the present, but for whatever reason, it's important for the timeline of what's popping up now for you, okay? I'm also showing something down here. That you have to really hone your, you have to separate land or territory on something, okay? Either physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as well as like boundary wise, okay? I'm showing with a lot of positive energy here. There is something like that you needed to stand alone on something, okay? This could have to do with some sort of hierarchy, okay? That you felt bound to, that you needed to stand up to, or something like this, okay? Some sort of institution or corporation. It could have been in work, but does not have to be. But for whatever reason, I do show that like you broke for some independence away from something, okay? And that it was to bring, you know, you or your family to, or, you know, or your like life to a place of higher, more calm, stable place, okay? And I show here that was the right choice, you know. So if you were feeling guilty about it, because I'm popping up here with a guilt card about it, that you release like any guilt that you feel about that decision. I don't know if like there was hard things related to that move that are on your mind that you're feeling kind of guilty about, but I'm showing that it was like the wise move, and the timing was right on it, okay? I don't know who that applies to, but that's what it is showing, you know. And you may have, but this here, I want to know what this here is, this new thing here, okay? There is a lot of luck here, okay? You may have, that, Jimmy, I lost you for a second. There is some new love here, okay? And I didn't straighten all my, I'm very picky about not reading whatchamacallits in here, reversals in here, unless they fall in a certain way. I feel as if there is some new friendship that's going to come around, okay? Yep, with somebody that may be a mother, all right? And there is a bond with this person. Now, of course, if you're not with anybody and you are not looking for a big commitment and you are like in your 20s or younger, this would be representative of your mother. Okay, and since I'm reading for all of you, I just want to like say that. Okay, for those of you that are not, like, if it is your mother, you have a tight bond with her. Okay, for many of you, I think that this is like some sort of, hold on. I see you moving towards somebody, or somebody coming into your sphere that like you're friends with first. Okay, I mean, I have the Empress on this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is new love, typically always new love. If it's not new love, it's love that's like completely reborn, in that like there's been some massive transition in the relationship to renew it, okay? To address like major things and have a new beginning, okay? Again, I have the Empress ending this aisle, and I just pulled on this Ace of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Empress. So I feel like there's either a decision about this person, or this, or like maybe you just have your eye on somebody that you're interested in. Okay, whether you're male or female, it makes no difference. Now, this person might have a Libra or a Taurus placement, or again a Venus placement that is like kicking off with your sign somehow, okay? Male or female. But this person, this may come in for you around, you know, anytime from now through November, okay? However, I feel that it is lucky. I feel like this person may be, like, there may be something about you moving towards this person that scares the shit out of you. That you're very anxiety ridden over. Yeah, this person or you may have some sort of maybe in like you know, beauty, fashion, or the public eye in some way. Okay, they may also have some aqua in your chart, or you may have some aqua in your chart. All right. But I feel that you want to move towards this person, all right? But you're very anxiety ridden about it, and you are like on a path of healing somehow because of something you went through back here that I already covered. You know, but you know, it's like you start to move and then you hit this place of total indecision in a tower. And it might be because you're like, shit, I mean, like, I'm freaking single now, and like, or it might be because this person like blows your mind about something. But I feel as if there's something different about this person. I don't know if your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, your beliefs about something are challenged by this person, but not in a bad way, in a way that like they promote your growth, so you kind of like it, but it scares the shit out of you. Okay, I do show that if somebody comes in like this, that it might wind up in marriage, so that might be what's scaring the shit out of you as well. You know, but the reminder here is for you to remember that for you to experience growth, you expand your conscious awareness. Something about this person does that for you in ways that maybe you didn't think that you could expect. Something like this. And it might be that they shed light on things you've never thought about, or something of this manner. I show it as very positive. I show it as potentially a meant to be thing. I mean, you know, you pulled a twin flame card here and a dog card, both under this Queen of Pentacles and this Empress. And I feel as if you're going to be very emotional. Okay, and maybe you're afraid of your emotions when it comes to this person, or in general. Like maybe you're a great talker and very intellectual, which a lot of Geminis are, okay? But there is some fear around deep emotions, or getting too attached, or something like this, or the well of emotions, as well as like the differences with this person, but I feel as if there is something here about you working on things diligently to free yourself, okay? And I am popping with a Queen of Rods on this as well. So either this person possibly has some fire in their chart or you do. And if this is, you know, I mean, I just pop with a King and a Queen of Pentacles. That's my sign for a domesticated partnership, in addition to possibly having some Earth pop up in the chart. It is, you know, that is like a married couple. You know, you know, there is some new cycle here or achievement, okay? But it requires like something about your emotional stead here, okay? And again, I've already mentioned that this person may be in the spotlight in one sense or another. There may be some hold on a second. Aqua, fire energy, okay, with one or both of you. But I feel as if, again, like the main message here is for you to not be afraid of things that could possibly benefit you if this person makes you feel good. But there may be something that like kind of is like, oh my God, like kind of rocks your foundations in regards to someone a little bit here. Like maybe it's not your normal type, maybe they have political views that aren't your normal type, or some other views that are just not your average. Okay. And then the other thing I show down here is like that there's some sort of, again, I'm going to say communications. Down here I have the Queen of Rods, the High Priestess, Judgment, the Eight of Rods, and the Star. And I have some worry and about territory. And so I'm not sure if you live in different sections of somewhere, or you're worried about land or how you're going to manage something. But there's a message here about like, you know, that, you know, worry is not going to change the outcome of the situation. Okay. And Gemini, as a Gemini, you can get in a lot of 8, 9, 10 of Swords kind of energy, right? And so there's something about, you know, movement and communication and intuition rather than worry. Trust your heart and your soul. If you find yourself getting in a place of anxiety, worry, which can happen to a Gemini under normal circumstances with the mercurial energy, but especially, you know, coming with Mars, that especially in your sign so long, that can fray any Gemini's nerves, you know. Give me this Queen of Rods. And you can absolutely show up as this Queen of Rods right now, especially with Mars in your sign. I just feel like you can. I've seen it, and you know, it's just, you know, so there is something about letting your own fire out right now, okay? And maybe there's a well of emotions behind that fire or some whatever, but for some reason this person is going to kind of set you on fire in a good way, something of this sort. Okay. Give me this High Priestess here. This person, hold on. Maybe like a healer, a counselor, do something creatively, or you may. But there is something here about just keeping with the light and sweet, like not being afraid, again, of your intuition in regards to movement or communication in regards to this. Okay, because this looks damn good, but I do show, you know, a lot of worry. Okay, some of you may be involved in some sort of, you know, hold on a second, communication or news. You know, again, I'm gonna say Yeah, this is like you're giving me a love reading here. What are you doing? You may be a little bit afraid that there's a lot of competition for this person, or, you know, a whole bunch of shit that kind of rattles through your mind here in regards to something. Now, this could have to do with work. You know, it could, absolutely could, especially if there's like some sort of a territorial thing going on with a position you really want or something else, okay? And the, some huge creative project that you have, if so. But, you know, I'm showing that you have a lot of strong alliances in this, or that this person's a very strong alliance too, or will be. And that, you know, something that you do does require some sort of fool's leap, okay? That may be worrying you. But the thing about the fool's leap is to stick with your gut, your intuition, okay? With the High Priestess here, that is just super, super strong. Super, super strong, all right? And, you know, for some of you, I'm getting a King of Cups again, and I'm feeling like there's some sort of news, communication, or movement having to do with territory. Now, it could have to do with a job, or land, or movement, or air travel in some way, or power. I mean, like, maybe you work in the power industry. You know, it could have to do with a Scorpio. I'm also showing signs of an Aquarius here. And again, I feel like there may also be some sort of negotiations that you do with this person, you know, insofar as an offer, or making an offer to this person that you've gone into a lot of wisdom and introspection over, okay? Or it could be confidential in one way or another, okay? What you got going on? And, you know, it could be unexpected, okay? It could come from unexpected, you know, with Gemini on your ascendant. If you're a Gemini rising, you have Uranus in the 12th house. Now, Uranus in the 12th house is like, the 12th house is usually a place of confinement and, you know, kind of deep soul searching, and a place where we go through things where we get caught up with. But like when the unexpected happens in the 12th house, which you've had since like 2017, 18. But right now it's on the path with the North Node because of the lunar cycles that are over Taurus and Scorpio. So, you know, you could have, though you faced a lot of instability over and possible change that was unexpected and very hard to deal with since 2017, 18 in these areas that you had spawned off, your intuition right now in regards to further change, because Uranus is the Great Awakener, also associated with science, technology, invention, humanitarianism, all of these types of things, is in Taurus, okay? And it, you know, with it being so close to the North Node, I feel like, you know, whatever intuitions you're getting right now are very, you know, you can trust them, okay? And I am showing again that there's something you want to manifest here. I don't know if you or you know, if that has something you may be working with somebody that's a Scorpio. I'm just going to say again. All right, and especially if you have Aqua in your chart, you may form some sort of alliance too with this person. Okay, and again, there may be something that's going on in the about an offer or something you're not talking about, okay? And it looks very fortuitous. For those of you that this has to do with a relationship, that also looks fortuitous. There is some sort of internal judgment that you're gonna hit here after this phase of it scaring the shit out of you, where you need to trust your intuition, because again, I'm gonna say the signs here look good except for your worry, you know? And I'm going to just repeat what I already said, okay? There is also down here, I want to check this. There is some, and again, you end, like one of your leader cards over here is about indecision and using your intuition, which I've just gone over to high health. And that is your last card on the spirit and self-eye. There are some sort of gifts coming in. I don't know if those are gifts via a person, or some sort of like spiritual awakening, or intuitive awakening that you go through, you know, after some sort of battle or hardship here, okay? Some of you, hold on. This is about like moving from a place of heart and intuition here. I cannot emphasize enough. There is possibly something, you know, I don't know if you get an offer that's secret, or an offer that leaves you hanging, that you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Or again, I'm going to go back to something about emotional blockages here, that like that's really the only warning in here that you need to watch out for. Like, I don't, you know, because I see a lot of good here coming in for you. Hold on. And I show you doing it. I show you moving towards it, either like travel, movement, or a lot of communications and messages, okay, about a new beginning, okay, that you need to trust your intuition and making a decision on, okay? Because temperance is here. That's a lot of divine angel protection, all right? And it's down here in my aisle for spirit, okay? And I do show like that there's, I don't know if you had like there was something that you, that the timing, on timing, you need to trust your intuition on timing, for something kind of big. And I feel as if there is, some of you, give me a second here, because these are very important to me. Some of you maybe in like some sort of like hit some sort of state of, can I give to something? Should I give to something? Divvying out something. You may have to give something small to get what you want, to have a victory. Like what you will sacrifice to get what you want is very small in comparison to what you will gain. There is a message down here of that, and to trust your intuition on your movements, okay? Especially when it comes to any indecision that you have. Okay, to trust your intuition and your heart, okay? There is possibly an offer or something that you want to carry forward here that's very lucky. And again, there may be part of it that is secretive in nature, or happens to you possibly in dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. I'm also getting that, like if you get a dream or a synchronicity here that strikes you, that you just kind of casually put to the side, maybe you shouldn't. I'm also showing for some of you, hold on, that you may be missing someone, particularly someone that you, if you, hold on, lost someone that had water or Sag in their chart, okay? Hold on. Give me this 3 of Cups. If you guys lost somebody that was a mother figure, could be, you know, they could have had Pisces, Scorpio, or possibly Sag in their chart, but if you lost a female mother figure or person over the age of 35, there is like a message down here. There's literally a message down here that this person is like watching over you. But there's some sort of decision that I feel like maybe you're asking them, what should I do about this or that decision? And there's something in here about you using your intuition and trusting your intuition, okay? In regards to gifts you run across, whether they're via friendship or love or things like that, okay? Or an opportunity. There is something in regards to that here. I've had the Hangman pop up 3 times down here. All right. That's a lot on one aisle. All right. I've had it pop once here and then twice in clarifiers on different cards. So again, you know, I have a Queen of Cups with a 5 of Cups in Death and the 3 of Cups down here. And it's on Temperance. All right. And there's something here about if you did lose somebody like that, I feel as if they were very, very important to you, like maybe a family member or something. I mean, I'm just getting that strongly. You know, and you know, these ones I do on this Spirit and Self aisle, they're very specific sometimes and they won't resonate for everybody. I just, you know, on those I just ask for the people that need them. But again, I'm getting, you know, signs that this person may have had Pisces or Scorpio in their chart. And I feel like if so, this person is like trying to either like, you know, is watching over you or like trying to give you help in regards to making a decision about something or some that you're on the fence about or something like this. Okay. And for you to trust your intuition and your dreams. Okay. If that's you, let me know. This is a hell of a freaking reading here. Gemini, it looks gorgeous. I mean, the Clover is one of the luckiest cards in the deck. You pulled it on the Lenormand. You pulled, again, I'm going to say the Clock, the Tower, the Clover, the Twin Flame, and the Dog card are like freaking phenomenal. Let me see if I just wanted to tell you anything else that I see coming in here in regards to you. And the Tower card in... hold on a second. Give me some final advice for my Gemmy. There is something here about like the time for you to rest and recover or get over something or is like past. You're walking away from anything that you needed to pull the swords out of your back. You had to walk away is a message that I'm getting here about something. Okay, if you were holding on to something or resting, waiting for something, I see, you know, in regards, there's like new beginnings here, you know, and but you moving forward into that is what's going to bring you what you're going to get, because I feel like there's a lot of gifts on offer here or that are going to come your way in October and November. So the biggest thing I see is like trust your intuition over the worry. You know, anything you're indecisive about, there's certain things you need to trust your intuition over. And then I'm also seeing, you know, a lot in regards to this Empress figure here. It could be you, but I feel like it is somebody else that you're dealing with. I feel like you guys are showing as a Queen of Rods right here because of the energy in your chart right now, and the way these led into each other. I feel like this is now, you know, This could be about you and your mother if you are extremely young. You know, but it looks like a lot more than that. And it looks damn good, so enjoy it. All right? Let me know how it goes, okay? I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye, Jimmy.